Alright, so today I'm talking about AP and GP, arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Or as you know it as sequence and series. Anyone, it's fine. Alright, so take a pen and paper and jot these things down. I wrote on the board all the formulas that you will need to know. If you understand all these formulas, you're good to go in AP and GP. First of all, what's the difference between AP and GP? If you have a pattern of numbers, if you look at this number 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and you look at this other number 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, you can see that these two numbers are increasing but at different rates. This one is increasing by plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. This one is increasing by times 2, times 2, times 2. So whenever you have a pattern of numbers where it is increasing or decreasing by using plus or minus, know that you're talking about sequence. So whenever a pattern of numbers is increasing by plus or minus, that is sequence. But whenever a pattern of numbers is increasing by timesing or dividing, you know that you're talking about series. If you look at this sequence, you can see plus. So it can be the other way around. It can be 11, 9, 7, 5. It can be the other way around. Okay. So, but whenever there is plus 2, plus anything involved, you can see that pattern, that common pattern of plus or minus. That is sequence. But whenever you see a pattern of times or divide, like this one now, you do 5 times 2, you have 10. You do 10 times 2, you have 20. You do 20 times 2, you have 40. So whenever there is times, or it can even be the other way around. Whenever it is divided, maybe it starts from 320. 320 divided by 2, 160, 80, 40. So whenever it's like that, that is series. The formulas are given as this one. Let's look at this one first. We have the nth term for a sequence is given as a plus n minus 1d. What is a? A is first term. What is n? N is number of term. For instance, if you are looking for the fourth term, this n here will be 4. If you are looking for the fifth term, this n here will be 5. If you are looking for the 10th term, this n here will be 10. So depending on the number of term that you are looking for, that is the number that you put here. This one is the common difference. Now the common difference, just like I explained, is either plus or minus a particular number. So if you have plus or minus a particular number, that will give you the common difference. So if you put all these things in this formula, you should get any term you want. Let's look at this example I gave now. How can you even get the common difference? You can get the common difference if you are given a pattern by doing what? Second term minus first term. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So you know that the difference is 2. Or you can say 7 minus 5 is still 2. 9 minus 7 is still 2. 11 minus 9 is still 2. That was what I mean by all these things I was trying to explain here. So if you have second term minus first term, you can still get your common difference by just subtracting a term by the term before it. So second term minus first term, third term minus second term, and so on and so forth. Please don't forget that. So if you have gotten your common difference, like here now, our common difference is 2. Okay, let me quickly solve something here. Our common difference for this particular example I gave is 2. The first term is the first number in that particular pattern, and the first number here is 3. So our sequence here started with 3. So let's say we are looking for the fourth term. Let's say we didn't know that it was 9. We are looking for the fourth term. So the n which we are looking for is 4, meaning that we are looking for the fourth term. So if we are looking for the nth term, which is the fourth term, so the term now becomes 3 plus 4 minus 1 times 2. Okay, because we know that nth term is a plus n minus 1 times d. So the nth term will now be what? 3 plus 3 times 2 is 6. What is 3 plus 6? 9. So you can get the fourth term as 9 by putting it in this formula. So that is for nth term. So what do I mean by S subscript n? Now this means the sum of n terms. The sum of n terms. For instance, if you want to calculate, they give you a question and they say calculate the sum of the first 5 terms. So the first 5 terms, your n will be 5, your a will be the first term, your difference will be the common difference in that sequence. By the time you put everything in this formula, you get the sum of the first whatever term that you're looking for. But what if you're giving the number of terms you're looking for the sum, the first term and the last term? So if you have the first and the last term, please use this formula. But if you don't have the last term, you can use this formula. If you have the last term, use this formula. If you don't have the last term, you can use this formula. So these formulas are just the most important formulas in sequence. So let's go over to series. Now in series, just the difference in series here is not the same as the common difference in sequence, because in sequence we'll do second term minus first term, but here we are doing second term divided by first term for you to get the common ratio. So if you try it here, you can see that 10 divided by 5 will give us 2. 20 divided by 10 will give us 2. 40 divided by 20 will give us 2. So no matter how you do it, you will always get the same common ratio. The formula for getting the nth term in series is also different. So the formula now is AR raised to the power of n minus 1. So this is the formula. So let us say we were not given the fourth term now, and you were asked in exam to get the fourth term of this series. You know the first term. What's the first term? 5. And you are looking for the fourth term, so n is 4. What is the common ratio? The common ratio, you can say 10 over 5, you get 2. So how do we get the fourth term? The fourth term will now be 5 times 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 1, which is 5 times 2 raised to the power of 3, which is 5 times 8. What is 5 times 8? 40. So you know that what's supposed to be here is 40. So that is just a quick example using this nth term formula. So what are these other formulas I put here? This S subscript n is also, just like in the sequence, is also the sum of the nth term. So if you are given an nth term, you can either use this one or this one, any of these two. When are you going to use this one? If your common ratio is less than 1, maybe you have a common ratio of 0.5, right? You use this formula, don't use this one. But if your common ratio is more than 1, if your common ratio is more than 1, maybe your common ratio is 3. So you can see that 3 is more than 1, then you use this one. So if it is less than 1, you use this one. If it is more than 1, you use this one. Then this last one, in case you are asked to find the sum of a series to infinity, sum to infinity, please you use this formula. The video is already getting long, so please send me a question on sequence and series, or sequence or series, any of them. Send me any question, I'll do a video on it. For the meantime, this is my own question, so see whether you can use these formulas to attempt these questions.